Correct way to fish with corn. Save this for your next trip. Intro. Hey anglers! Fishing pole and fish. Today, we're talking about one of the most underrated yet highly effective baits for big fish: corn. Era of corn. Known as the king of vegetarian baits, corn is incredibly versatile, especially during summer and autumn. But let me guess, you've tried it and still haven't caught a fish, right? Smiling face with open mouth and cold sweat. Chances are, it's not the corn's fault, it's the method. Today, I'll share my top tips on how to use corn correctly, so you can finally start reeling in those big fish. One different corn for different fish. First up, let's talk about types of corn. Tender corn is usually used directly and is perfect for fish like topmouth culture. Old corn is boiled, fermented, and works best for fish like carp and grass carp. You can also use it to make chum. If you're fishing for grass carp or bream, you can use either tender or old corn, depending on fish density. If you're fishing in an area with lots of small fish, start with old corn for your chum and then switch to tender corn for refills. Pro tip: when fishing in low fish density waters, skip the boiling process. Instead, soak old corn in cold water for a few days for a more effective chum. 2. Don't overdo it with chumming. This is one of the biggest mistakes anglers make with corn: too much chum. Cross mark. In waters with abundant fish, like grass carp, you can afford to use more corn because fish will consume it quickly. However, in low-density waters, excess chum will make the fish less likely to bite. A handful is all you need. For topmouth culture, you don't need excessive chumming. Start with a few scoops of fermented corn, then refill with tender corn or corn mixed with pellets. In low-resource waters, refill sparingly, just 5 to 8 kernels at a time. 3 tips for hooking corn. Now, let's talk about hooking corn. A common mistake is using too small a hook. When fishing with corn, you need bigger hooks to avoid fish breaking free once they're hooked. For bream, start with size 7/8 high XI hooks. If you're targeting larger fish, you'll need bigger hooks. I recommend GNU or Yishi NI hooks for fish over 10 gin. For carp, when using corn, go big with the hooks. Smaller hooks are fine for small carp using commercial bait, but for corn, a larger hook is better. Pro tip: when using large hooks, consider hanging 2 kernels on the hook for better bait presentation. 4. Choosing the right corn flavors. Now, flavor. Don't overthink it. Start with commercial corn. Brands like Western Wind, Old Altar, Fishing King, or Hawashi are reliable. If you're unsure about flavor, the original flavor is a safe bet. However, Western Wind's honey sweet potato flavor is a personal favorite and works great, especially in fertile waters. Pro tip: when fish aren't biting, don't blame the flavor. It's likely a problem with fish activity or weather conditions. 5. Don't sit idly with hooked corn. One of the biggest mistakes anglers make is leaving the rod untouched for hours. Big fish have a fixed feeding window, typically in the early morning or evening. If you're not paying attention, the corn can easily fall off the hook or get caught in the weeds. Pro tip: check your bait regularly. If you're not getting bites in the chum area, cast near the edges of the spot and gently tease the bait. This can work wonders for species like topmouth culture, bream, and carp. Conclusion. To sum it up, here are your key takeaways for fishing with corn. Different corn for different fish. Use tender corn for topmouth coulter and old corn for carp or grass carp. Don't overchum. A handful of corn is enough. Refilling lightly will keep fish interested. Go big with your hooks. Larger hooks for larger fish. 2 kernels on a hook is also a great trick. Stick with commercial corn. Don't overthink flavors. Go with original flavor or something like honey sweet potato. And don't sit idle. Always check your hook and tease the bait when necessary. I hope these tips help you catch more fish with corn. If you found this video helpful, hit that like button, subscribe, and follow for more fishing tips. Good luck out there, and remember patience is key. About the author. I'm a fishing enthusiast sharing tips and tricks to help you become a better angler. Follow me for more updates, and let's make every fishing trip a successful one.